First things first, I am safe. Thank you guys for all the prayers for Hurricane Milton. I'm out of Tampa. I left, flew back to Maryland, but I did experience the hurricane. And I won't lie, it was semi-scary. Nothing major happened. I didn't get stuck in any floods. The biggest thing was that the power went out. And yeah. And during that time, man, it's nothing more than to appreciate life, appreciate your family, appreciate your friends. Because you never know when your day is your last, when your last day will come.
I need like 24 for the P, nigga, I don't do no love. I need like 10K for the back.
You also want to stop saying someday. Someday I'll do this. Someday I'll build this. Someday I'll start this. Someday is a disease. Because conditions are never perfect. Until things reach our conditions, then we'll do what it is that we need to do. But the reality is, man, that's probably what makes reality great. The fact that it isn't perfect. So everybody's talking about, hey, look, man, you should have evacuated. You should have left earlier. What most people don't know is that with these hurricanes, when they told us to evacuate, we literally had 2 days. 2 days to evacuate. By the time, Hurricane Helen came through, we're thinking it's going to be like Hurricane Helen. And then we come back and they say, oh, you are going to die 1 day before the hurricane comes. So prior to that, we're just preparing, we're getting food, stocking up, because everything was backed up. The traffic. And unless you left Saturday or Sunday, man, you could have gotten caught in that hurricane on the road. But luckily, I believed in my creator. I believed in something higher than me. I believed in me. And I stayed home. And there's one thing that you learn is that when times like this happen, you don't have any control. No control over is weather. You don't have any control over that. But man, what we try to do is we try to control the weather. I'll say that trying to control things that you can't control puts you in a state of anger, doing things and it never ends. It never fixes. You feel me? But yeah, man, you never know when something is going to happen. Something tragic, natural, something you can't control. But the biggest thing I want to teach you is to appreciate the fact that you have each day, okay? The ability to do what it is that you want to do what it is that you need to do. The last video I made, I said, freedom is not doing what you like, but doing what you ought. What would you ought to do? What would you do if you truly believed you was free? Would you just do things that you quote unquote like to do? Once you realize you can do everything that you like to do, you'll start to realize, dang, there's something that I'm just not doing. It's still not fulfilling me. One of my biggest keys are delayed gratification, okay? Anything that comes fast doesn't last long, but anything that lasts long is gonna take some time. You get me? The things that you do on a daily basis that actually help and feed your growth is what we have a freedom to do. A freedom to become a person that is more freer than they are today. But who says that you're not free? Who says that you can't do what you like and do what you ought in the same breath? Maybe the higher powers, and I'm not talking about the creator, I'm talking about these higher jurisdictions that want to hold us down. But you have the power to do anything. If you want to stay in the hurricane, you can stay in the hurricane. If you want to evacuate, you can evacuate. Whatever you choose to do, accept the risk. Be aware of the risk, aware of what could happen, and be okay with it. Don't get mad when something happens to you. So we're in the hurricane, and I go outside and the winds were just like absolutely crazy. Like, when I tell you the winds, it was scary. Winds never scared me before. Okay? Not enough to the point where I felt like it was going to blow my house down, but I wouldn't want to be out there. You feel me? So the whole point is, someday, you never know. Get started today. Take action today. Okay? Because like I said, conditions are never perfect. You never know what could happen. That someday is a disease. Someday I'll reach that goal. Someday I'll do what it is that I need to do to get the reality that I want. Someday I'll accept my current reality and make changes to it. Someday I'll actually have the self-awareness, right? Someday is a disease. And as long as you are treating each day like it's a gift, then you'll be all right. I keep repeating the same thing, but you never know what could happen in your life. Hurricane Milton was a crazy experience. And during that moment, I'm not gonna lie, I accepted whatever would have happened. The reason why is because I feel like every day I do what I need to do to fulfill me. Even if it's just a small thing, writing in my book, going to the gym, creating content, reaching out to clients, talking to family. It's the little things each day. Just wanted to give y'all a quick update video. I have a video about the FDCPA dropping tomorrow, or more importantly, about debt collectors. So make sure you guys tap in, subscribe, and comment down below. I love you guys.